This was submitted with the title Sultai Control. However, Sultai Midrange is probably a more accurate moniker. It's probably splitting hairs regardless, but we've got Thief of Sanity and Doom Whisperer alongside like Karn and stuff like that, so I feel like we're a little bit more mid-rangey. That being said, I do like a lot of what this deck is doing. So people have asked about Dimir, straight blue-black a lot in this format. And in my experience, not having access to be able to kill problem permanents like enchantments and artifacts, only being able to interact with planeswalkers, hurts Dimir in a lot of matches. So having a small green splash for Trophy and Vraska Relic Seeker, as well as some big dumb dinos out of the sideboard, seems potentially very reasonable. So let's dive into some matches here and see how it goes. Linvala is the sideboard card Modern needs to keep Narset Cannon under control. Exactly. You get it. You do, goalie. Which one do you want played first? Would you like your legacy deck played first or your modern deck? That sounds much better. Thief of Sanity is perfect. Erasure on 2, Thief on 3 is just such a strong curve. Perfect, goalie. I'd prefer to do modern legacy first, but I just wanted to check with you. Black, white, vampires. I guess I take the removal spell, right? I technically have 2 others, but like I have Trophy and Vraska to deal with those later. I'm gonna bin that, looking for a land. I think Rampaging Frostodon should be unbanned now. I don't know, what does it do for the format? Why is it worth unbanning? What does it change? Let's attack them first here before I play my land. That's so perfect. Just gonna get to Conclave Tribunal, whatever they put on my Thief of Sanity. That's so great. Wow, they're taking my treasure map. That's so good for me. I'm gonna leave the 5th land on top. That's fine. Deal Reno. I would love to draw another card off the top of your deck, opponent. That sounds excellent. They could be respecting Dive Down, I guess. I don't know, like Thief runs away with the game very quickly. Yeah, I mean, like, if they tribunal my tribunal, I'm fine with that. Like, this is gonna have to happen at some point. I like how people think that if they subscribe to the channel, I'll let them use usernames and stuff like that in my chat that are just obnoxious and offensive. That's not how it works. Are there any sweepers in the main deck of this deck? What am I playing to here? I have 0 sweepers in my main deck. I really think this deck is more of a mid-range deck than a control deck. There's like 2 Golden Demise is the only sweeper in the 75. Like, is red struggling versus life gain? Is that a thing? I must have missed their sub when they did it. It was a new account too. It was an account that was created 20 minutes ago. Get you later, Nivik. Have a good one. Do me, boy. Come to Papa. 1166, please. There's a couple of tyrants on the board. Couple, 2, 3. To be fair, there's probably streamers that are afraid to ban people just because they give them money. I'm not one of those people. Get out of here. Your $3 a month or whatever it is I end up getting isn't worth letting you be obnoxious towards people in my chat. I'll survive. Sure. That's true, Major Mouse. There are a lot of people that tolerate a lot of nonsense in their chats. Oh, Wild Growth Walker. Okay, sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to scry on my upkeep there. Yay, 1-1s. Have you missed a lot? About a third of the stream. We've been up for about 3 hours. I started early today. We're gonna be going for another, we'll probably actually get to 3 more decks. I plan to go till about 3:30 today. New Linvala deck looks unplayable in Standard and fine in Modern Humans. Man, I really hope we get the ranked ladder back again soon. These matches against people who just, like, don't have real Magic cards are, like, I feel bad. Yeah, whatever the card is. I don't know the names of Magic cards. Come on, now. Get my surveil on. Enters the battlefield. You draw X cards and lose X life. Sure. Sure, why not? Yep. Yeah, maybe we will just do the best of 3 events. The problem with the best of 3 events is I don't always play decks for 6 or 7 matches. Some of these, especially the control decks, play longer matches. So, like, I'm gonna spew gold in the events, but I guess streaming makes it, we make enough here that, like, I could spew gold. Deckmaster has an accurate preview here. Refresh your browser if it doesn't. Yeah, I think we might have to just play events today and then just drop the events when we're done playing. This just like isn't interesting Magic, right? It's just like I'm beating up someone that just like doesn't understand how blocking works. I get to write off any actual dollars I put in. So, like, whenever I buy gems, that amount of money gets written off on my taxes. Which is why I know exactly how much money I've spent on Arena, because it's all a tax write-off. I don't even really want to finish this match. Yeah, let's just join an event. And we'll just drop the event when we're done. When we're done with the deck. I can afford to spew a few thousand gold to do that. So previously, when we had the best of 3 ladder, I was pretty adamant about playing the ladder because it gives us flexibility to make changes to these decks. I'm gonna cut the 4th Carnage Tyrant from this board before we do that. I wanted to like test it a little bit first, but like losing the flexibility really feels bad. Losing the flexibility really feels bad. So I wasn't super smart or responsible about keeping tracking, not looking forward to it. Tannen, don't you like buy everything with a credit card? It's super easy to keep track of if you buy everything with a credit card. Just like go back through your credit card statements. Yeah, so previously, even when we had a broken ladder, it like paired pretty reasonably and like gave us, we played against far more actual decks with people who had cards than not. And like, since they got rid of the best of 3 ladder, just like over half the people we play against in the unranked queue are just like, are playing starter decks or just cards they own. It's just not really engaging games of Magic. Sand's really bad against an aggro deck, but it's like kind of like plays Magic, right? I think I'm hard to mulligan lands and treasure map onto you. Control decks, by definition, are bad at grinding up the ladder. You want to play an aggro deck, and you want to play it well. The white-red aggro deck we just got done playing would be an excellent ladder deck, because it's both powerful and wins games quickly. Things like Discover, I don't know that I'd trust a third-party website with my credit card information. Like, I use a Discover card for everything, and the Discover website breaks everything down for me by default in all of their charts. This stream's in no way sponsored or endorsed by Discover, but Discover, if you're out there, it certainly could be. So I chose not to scry during my upkeep here because I want to play Karn on 4. Yeah, Pirates is a fine deck. It's like kind of aggressive. If I was gonna play Pirates on the ladder, I would probably play 3 or 4 hostage takers in it, so that way you have a hedge against aggressive decks. Trophy means I could just kill this journey, right?
Are you certain of your decision?
Everyone in every format ever loves Sultai. Sultai's just like the Magic the Gathering color combination that everybody wants to be good, but just like never is. I'm just gonna kill their journey here so that card doesn't do anything too scary for us. I played an untapped land rather than the Overgrown Tomb here because I probably want to Moment of Craving plus Scry with Treasure Map this turn. Poor Karn going up to 6, getting knocked back down to 5. Rude. Sultai's good in EDH, fair. So we've got Craving plus Map in here. Looking for like a Vraska. Thought Erasure's not a bad pickup. I'll take that. Get a little heads up about what they have going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and Karn before I Thought Erasure because knowing that they're losing a card from their hand could impact their Karn decision. Like, they could give us a card here, assuming that they're going to get to keep a card in their hand. That's a lot of Ravenous Chupacabras. So next turn, I get to down-tick Karn and then exile the Stitcher Supplier, making their Journey to Eternity useless. So a lot of sacrifice effects in Magic the Gathering are sacrificing the creature as part of the activation cost, not part of the effect resolving. So you can't respond to a lot of sacrifice effects in Magic because they don't use the stack. All right, so they're on basically nothing here. So I get to do this. I get to down tick this. They can't choop their own thing there. Magic the Gathering is basically templated every current card to say opponent only. I'm gonna go ahead and crack a treasure here to put Doom Whisper into play. Is Spectacle, you can pay the cost if they took damage this turn? I heard someone say that. Is that accurate? It seems pretty reasonable. Life loss. Whatever. Same difference for the most part. Technically, if anyone has lost life. Okay. Please do not do that. Poor Karn. Poor Karn. I would love a Thief of Sanity, thank you. No, you are welcome to discuss spoilers in my chat. So, the actual reason why they've started templating things so they can't affect your own cards is actually for Magic Arena. It makes it so when you play a card like this and your opponent doesn't have anything in play, or if they only have one thing in play, you can auto-target the only target or just not put the trigger on the stack. So it makes gameplay for digital Magic much faster in a lot of situations.
A curious choice.
That's why it does that. Stop trying to tap my treasure cove, dang it. Yeah, let's just kill them. I don't really care if they hit Karn. Sorry, Karn. Yeah, there was an article about that somewhere, JW. For instance, it's actually why Adanto Vanguard says while this is tapped, it has more power, as opposed to when this attacks gain power, because that makes it so a trigger doesn't have to go on the stack that players have to click through responding to. There's a lot of little things like that they can do to make digital and physical Magic integrate more smoothly. Or like make Magic still have good designs, but like be better for digital. Whatever. The meaning is the same thing. Don't be a Magic player. Don't be. That's why whenever I say 2 + 2 is always 4, I put in a base 10 system on there, because there's always a Magic player that's gonna be like, well, technically, it's not. There's this corner case where they're fundamentally the same, but technically they're different. And you see, Jeff, if you don't consider the corner, it's like nobody cares. We get it. You're technically correct. All right, what are we doing? Do I want dinos in this matchup? Maybe that's too many dinos. Leave one Moment of Craving in. More Spot Removal seems fine. I expect them to have some Planeswalkers, so an extra trophy seems good. I've watched a few streams over the last couple days since finding MTGA, and this guy is great and by far the most informative. Well, thanks for the compliment, Anti-Camper. Glad to have you here. This hand's really good. I honestly just think, like, and this is like what I was looking to do with Pirates. Hey, Gimpy, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome. One of the things that I think just makes the Pirates deck really good is, like, turn 2 Thought Erasure into turn 3 Thief of Sanity is just one of the strongest curves in this format. If anybody played way back when we had Thoughtseize into Pack Rat, it feels very similar to that, where you're just like, Thoughtseize, take your removal spell, play my threat that you have to answer, you're gonna lose the game. Just feels very good. I'm gonna bin my 4th land here. I already have these 2 lands lined up to curve into Karn here nicely, and once Karn comes into play, he's very likely to draw me more lands. So I assume they're not gonna put a land on top here since their hand has 3 lands in it. What was the standard format with Thoughtseize into Pack Rat? Yeah, that was the same standard format where we had, it was RTR, the last Rav set, right? Where it was RTR Theros, I believe. RTR Theros sounds right. That's actually a little bit annoying because they can double block my Thief of Sanity here. Theros RTR, yep. So I would really like to draw a removal spell here so they can't double block profitably. Look at that. I wanna be the very best. Yeah, I'm actually playing in the actual constructed event sticks because the unranked has just been almost mono nonsense. Just boop this one on the nose real quick. Just boop it. I think it'd be a nice quality of life improvement if you could see what card's been revealed to your opponent. Yeah, that'd probably be okay. So like I could have spent double removal spell to force this to hit through this turn, but with this sequence, while I don't draw a card from them, I get to keep my cast down in my hand, which I think is more valuable because one of my opponent's better outs to this Thief of Sanity is drawing a Doom Whisperer to just stonewall it, and cast down gives me an out to taking out their Thief of Sanity or their Doom Whisperer, which seems ideal for me. No good creatures in their bin yet, which is relevant because they have Memorial to Folly there. I would like one of your finest cards, please. It is important to note that whichever cards I don't pick here end up in my opponent's discard pile. Like Druid of the Cowl, right? That just like trades for the 3/1 on the ground. Just go like second Thief into Druid here. If they draw a Finality, it kind of sucks for us committing the second Thief to the board, but like if they draw a Finality, I just have Karn to follow it up on an empty board, which seems good for me. You ever taught a basic mathematical concept class? That's the only class I've ever come across in counting with different number bases. I don't think I've ever taught a class like that, but I have a master's degree in mathematics, so I've taken a lot of math classes over the years. Math is fun. So I'm gonna snap off the block on the 3/1 here if they offer it. Just have too much power in play. That's a good draw. Let's hit them first here before I Thought Erasure because I might hit cards I want to cast off of their deck. We might actually mill them. There's only 35 cards in their deck here. I would love a trophy. I would love a Merfolk Branchwalker. And now I have trophy plus Merfolk Branchwalker plus... actually, I could do Merfolk Branchwalker plus Erasure plus Cast Down or something this turn. Like that one. That sounds perfect. Stay right there. I mean, I have answers to Doom Whisperer, right? Like plenty of them. And they're not getting Doom Whisperer for like 2 more turns. So I'm gonna trade here. And I'm going to trophy this one. They are down to 25 cards in their deck, and we're going to mill them 6 next turn. Yeah, I could technically use the suppliers to mill them more, that's true. The only thing that would make Thief of Sanity better is if he only had 1 power, so that way you got to draw more cards with him while you hit your opponent. With 2 power, he kills the opponent a little bit too quickly sometimes, and it limits your ability to draw cards. All right, onward, upward, backward, forward. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. If you're a new viewer, thanks for stopping in. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Glad I didn't scare you away. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here streaming Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. I play all constructed Magic on this channel. We play a ton of Standard here on Magic Arena. We also play some Modern on Magic Online. If you find yourself enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. I love what I do here, but the reason I'm able to do it as a job and I'm able to be here as often as I am is because of my wonderful subscribers. Past subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleShave. You could save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Remember, just because you have a nice beard doesn't mean you have to have a neck beard. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. They upload, you can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artworks that they already have on their website, such as my wonderful Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And speaking of Hoaglandia, I'd like to welcome everyone out there today. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch, and I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your Monday here with us. Remember, if you are enjoying the content, to hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. If you really like my stuff, the way I explain my plays and all that, be sure to check out my website and my YouTube channel as well, jeffhoagland.com, as well as youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. I archive basically everything I stream in both those places, and I cut it up by decks, so you can easily find just the matches that you care about. This is a pretty easy mulligan. It's unfortunate that we don't have a black source here. Like, if this was a blue-black land, this would be a snap keep, but just can't keep a hand without any castables. This hand's not super exciting, but I'm going to keep Thief of Sanity turn 3 on the play. I'm going to bottom that land, hoping to draw a Thought Erasure next turn. These Qs are driving me away from me. Literally just played against someone who had mono planes and all red spells. Yeah, I really hope we get a ranked best of 3 again soon. I got my inked playmat today. Looks great. Feels thinner than another one I have from an Amazon seller, but still feels great. Yeah, they're a good thickness. I have a couple different mats from them, including one of the Hoaglandia ones. Okay. One of the secret upsides to Thief of Sanity that makes it really sweet in this format is that Thief of Sanity renders all of their explorers useless because they can't keep a spell on top because you get to take it. Rento Work, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. Unfortunately, because they have double land war elves in the play here, if they have third land Vivian, we're probably dead. If they don't have a way to take this thief off the table, it's probably going to run away with the game, though. Things are not looking good for our hero. Taking a quick break from the trenches to pay my dues. Thank you for all you do. Lumbering Falls, thanks for the Prime support again. Welcome back. And remember, if you are watching this on YouTube in the future, be sure to hit that like button, ring that bell, and leave a comment down below. Comments are open again. I might have jinxed it, but it's important to talk about cards they could have, right? And like go through what's good, bad, and why. Things we're hoping they have, things we're hoping they don't have. I think this is a Carnage Tyrant matchup. I think this is not a Moment of Craving matchup. I think this is not an Eldest Reborn matchup. So one of the things that people do, Genesis Protect, thanks for the 3 months, welcome back. One of the things I think people do incorrectly against the green-black deck is that they assume that this card is very good because the opponent has Carnage Tyrant, but the green-black deck has so many good creatures that like muck up the ground around Carnage Tyrant that I think Eldest Reborn leaves a lot to be desired. Hey, Zanman, thanks for the 5 months, welcome back. I am doing the Rivals Tournament tomorrow. What do I want my last 2 cuts to be here? Maybe Doom Whisper is a trim because they have Vivian. He just gets shot down. I'm going to trim a couple of Doom Whispers, especially since I'm bringing in Carnage Tyrant 2. Trimming a little bit of my top end makes sense so I don't have too many super clunky hands. I played Gen Dinos at the PPTQ this weekend, and every time I hit Vivian on 3, my opponent had Contempt. That's so sad. Yeah, potentially, if you can kill the Carnage Tyrant, but like, the Edict on the Eldest Reborn is just so mediocre when their deck has like Midnight Reaper and Land War Elves and all these random Explorer creatures. And learning drafting, any YouTuber suggestions. The only thing I know with regards to limited in Magic is that Limited Resources, hosted by Marshall and LSB, is supposed to be one of the best limited podcasts out there. But as far as YouTube content goes, I'm not sure. No, I don't really do much limited, pretty much only play constructed. I mean, the best answer to Carnage Tyrant is your own Carnage Tyrant. Not close. Alright, speaking of answers to Carnage Tyrant with your own Carnage Tyrant. Please keep in mind, if you want to make suggestions about the cards that we're playing or be critical about the cards that we've made, just saying things like this card is bad or don't do that is going to get you a 10-minute break in my chat. You need to be constructive and specific with card suggestions. So if you want to say a card seems mediocre, you say, I'm not really a fan of that card and this is why it seems bad to me. Engage in a discussion, create constructive and specific engagements. So I think, all right, so if they keep this duress, I think I'm going to trophy this Jade Light Ranger. So the problem with trophying the Jade Light Ranger is that it ramps them into the Carnage Tyrant sooner, but at the same time, it keeps my Karn protected next turn, potentially, excuse me. I think I'm going to kill the Jade Light Ranger here. Just so I can play Karn on an empty board and start generating cards. If I get Karn going on an empty board, they need to have Vraska's Contempt to do much with him. Or another Eldest Reborn, I suppose. What's going on, Justin? Well, hopefully you listen to the stream for the next 5 hours while you're driving and don't watch it, please. I mean, I'm going to have my own Carnage Tyrant, so, like, them getting to play the first Carnage Tyrant doesn't seem like that big of a deal. The choices we make reveal who we are. Any cheap MTGA decks that you would recommend building? The default best budget deck to get into MTGA with is definitely what's it called? The mono blue tempo deck. To put up a number of tournament results and requires like 4 rares to build the main deck of. So we did hit a Thief of Sanity off of... We did hit a Thief of Sanity off of the Karn. However, like... I'm kind of surprised they have not played Carnage Tyrant there. I guess that gives us less reason to play the Thief of Sanity. Correct, Nubs.
You may regret that choice.
Have a Chupacabra. Because if I give them the duress, like, while losing the cast down isn't a big deal. Oh, let's just plus this, I guess. Vraska's Contempt's a good one for next turn. I've been standing for a hot second. Let's sit down for a bit. Enjoy the ride, chat. So there's the duress. We're going to lose this cast down. That doesn't really matter anyways. I assume we're going to see a 6 land into a Carnage Tyrant of their own here.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Again, best answer to a Carnage Tyrant, so the Carnage Tyrant. That's a pretty good draw. Man, their hand is stacked. Contempt on top sounds great.
This will aid us.
This will aid us. Attack their Karn here.
Only hurting yourself.
Poor Karn. That's true. Stopping Carnage T before he even gets involved on the battlefield is a good way too. This Wild Growth Walker is about to gain them infinite health. I'm interested to see if they go all in on the Explore creatures here, if they play around a Sweeper a little bit and play the Midnight Reaper as well. They could just go like Walker into Jade Light into Branch Walker. If they want to play around the Sweeper a little bit, they'll play Midnight Reaper here as opposed to the Branch Walker. Peace, Spinny Koopa. We do not have Finality in our deck. Yeah, Wild Growth Walker definitely gives some of the aggressive decks a hard time. So what do I want to do here? So Karn's got this does not have a silver counter on it. So I think what I actually want to do here, since I'm at 22, is I'm going to down tick Karn, grab this other Thief of Sanity here, and then I can just go double Thief, and then they have to draw another removal spell to not get hit by the Thief next turn, which is nice. And then one of the ways I can get back into this game is by generating card advantage by taking their stuff. Here are the bit mines before I leave. Thanks for using the charity hashtag Mini Koopa. I appreciate the support. Yep, this is gonna make their Wild Growth Walker really scary. So we're gonna see the Jade Light into Ravenous Chupacabra here. Yeah, I agree that Fine Finale seems like a potentially good card. Unfortunately, because we're locked into playing an event, I can't test anything in the deck list. We're just locked into playing what was submitted. Which again, one of the big downsides to playing the events as opposed to having a ladder to play on, but there isn't a ladder to play best of 3 on anymore, unfortunately. So hopefully we find a removal spell off the top of their deck, especially since we're not finding anything useful off the top of ours. I guess their hand has a lot of blanks in it too, although their board's a bit better than ours. Hey, so smart and thin. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They're adding best of 3 ladder back. I hope so. I don't think they've announced any formal plans on that though. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana total. So I can go. Is Finality even good here? Why is Finality good? I think I want to pick back up my thieves, right? I think I want to do this, and then I could do this, and then what do I want to contempt here? So if I contempt this, they're only attacking me for 9 next turn, and I'm going to 19. I think I just let the Karn sit here and do its thing, and I just contempt this to keep myself alive on board and hit them with the thieves next turn. Hope to draw some good ones again.
I'll make use of that later.
Have another land. Yeah, getting rid of the Wild Growth Walker means our Carnage Tyrant stabilizes the board pretty well. That being said, they have 7, 8, 9. They have 10 mana, so they could actually pick back up Carnage Tyrant and play it this turn, which is relevant. I mean, the other thing is you have to remember they haven't drawn all of these lands. The reason why I know about most of these lands is because they've explored into them. There's also only 23 cards left in their deck. With the thieves in play, if we stabilize the board, milling them is probably more realistic than killing them from 33. So I actually want to play the Carnage Tyrant out of my hand rather than their Carnage Tyrant from exile, because they know about this one in my hand from the find. They don't know about this one in exile. I think I'm just leaving the Karn here again, right? Is that the case? The Karn can get back Midnight Reaper now, but I think that's fine. I think I want to, like, Contempt a 3-2 here to, like, keep treading water. This is game 1, right? Oh, this is game 2 and we're down a game.
How convenient. An excellent
Dig deep.
choice.
You cannot play lands with Thief. Yep. Yeah, I wonder if they'd be better off if they just started making constructs on this board. So I'm taking 7 here down to 5. Traditional play is best of 3, that is correct. Alright, so now if we find another Find Finality, it's what we want to do. Branch Walker, Find Finality. I mean, Wild Growth Walker is what I actually wanted. Am I dead? I have 3 blockers. I'm technically not dead, right? I'm technically going to 1. I'm dead to any removal spell here. Oh, do they have a removal spell in exile with Karn? They don't, right? No. Go, and they're actually dead next turn. They're drawing their to this, and then the thieves mill them out next turn. So we're not dead on board. I can block the 3 and 2 2s and take 4 down to 1. Actually, I don't want to block the Chupacabra because I'd rather they don't have Chupacabra in their bin to get back. They are about to draw some cards, you're not wrong. But them drawing these cards also means that I only need 1 Thief of Sanity to hit them, because there's 3 cards left in their deck. Yeah, it's been a good game of Magic for sure.
There is great power in the things you make.
That's not good enough. There's 3 cards in their deck.
Beasts are much more reliable. Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Oh, do they have a removal spell? We were so close. Yep. Maybe I should have been that. Yeah, I probably should have been that. Very, very close game. Onward, upward, backward, forward. So close, yet so far away. I had a terrible joke lined up. If we built them, we all lost that game, I guess. It's a tough life, goalie. It's a hard knock life. Do 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 do. I can't keep this hand in good conscience on the draw, right? I probably can't even keep it on the play. Like, I have all my colors, just like nothing till Karn just isn't good enough. This hand's got a bunch of tapped lands in it, but it's reasonable. I think I'm just playing red-white aggro tomorrow. That deck was really good today when we played it. Yeah, and we're gonna know what deck lists are. I'm not sure when they're posting who's playing what, but deck lists are going to be open for tomorrow's event. I think I want to Erasure before anything else here. Easy Vivian. Don't really care about the rest of those. These have like mono removal spells. I'm going to bin that. Looking for like a Planeswalker threat or something else. More discard spells. So the problem with Urza's Ruinous Blast, in my experience in the standard format, is that the white decks are generally good because they get to play cards like Ixalan's Binding and Conclave Tribunal, and if you're playing Ruinous Blast, you can't play those enchantments. Is a big part of the issue. I guess they were missing a land. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Thief and just hope they brick and die. That could have been a real consideration. There's probably a Ruinous Blast deck. We played Ruinous Blast on stream a couple of times now. I'm actually just going to keep both of those. Tonight, Brad. I think it's due at like 9 o'clock. Monday, 10 p.m. PST. Oh, I actually have a little bit more time than I thought. They're due tonight. They didn't hit the land here. This Thief of Sanity is going to bury them very quickly. Are you hungry, chat? I'm craving a little bit of Land War Elf myself. They were pretty far behind here regardless, but like if they hit the land that turn, they could have maybe been in the game. I'll borrow that one, please. I miss Esper Amulet. Do you think you'll upload it to YouTube? Yeah, everything goes on YouTube to drop. And you've got that sub icon there next to your name. So if you don't want to wait till things get published on YouTube later tonight, you can always go to my past videos, and my Twitch subs can watch my past videos right away. Can't believe I've been a sub for 7 months. Came for the Kiki, stayed for the complimentary timeouts. I got you, Aura. Thanks for the support. I appreciate that. I actually just accepted a Kiki Core decklist submission for a modern deck. So we'll see how that goes at some point. I did miss your tree fitty. Thank you, Niv. Sorry. Won the PPTQ with Blue Black Pirates yesterday. Thought I'd throw you a list for stealing. A list stealing fee. The deck Inspire. Yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure. I think it's very good against the. Wow, that was really good for me. I'm glad they killed my Vraska and not my Thief of Sanity there. Would love to draw another card off their deck. What if we draw 2 cards when they kill my Thief of Sanity? Would that be good? Would that be? I think that would probably be good for us. The real question is, chat, are we going to be able to hold all of these cards? Nope. Nope, my YouTube channel's always been kind of low effort. Everything I stream goes on my YouTube channel. I just cut them up. I just start and stop recording for each individual deck. So if I stream a deck, it goes on YouTube. I can't watch this full screen while playing Arena myself. I keep wanting to click your next button. Wild Growth Walker is a good route to stabilization here. That being said, I think we've drawn enough cards. They're just going to get buried here. Thanks for all the content. Relic, thank you for the 2-month resub there. Welcome back. Chupacabra can not Carnage Tyrant. He is hexproof. He is all hexy. I would love to draw 2 more cards. Thank you for asking, Magic Arena. Thud. What's going on, Speed? Yeah, the arena numbers are really good. That's why I've upped my arena streaming a bit. I'm doing what's it called? I'm doing 4 days a week of Arena now and just 1 day of Modern Live, and then I'm doing more Modern as offline content. So like I'm planning to take off Saturday, Sunday, Monday from streaming live, but I'm planning to upload 2 pre-recorded videos on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of Modern and Legacy Leagues. Hey, Cross Guns, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Juju Gizby, thanks for the 31 months. That's such a long time. You've seen some stuff. Channel's gone through a lot. 31 months. Are you on the boat that Arena is the future of all online Magic? I'd go further than that. Arena is the future of Magic, period. Online and offline, especially competitive Magic. Like, casual Magic's always going to have a presence in paper, but as far as competitive is concerned and like making this coverage accessible to a lot of people, Arena's the future in every aspect. You can always find decks that I'm going to be playing in my deck queue. You seem to be putting more effort into YouTube. Have you been seeing better results there lately? I don't know that I'm necessarily putting more effort into the YouTube. The exclusive stuff that I'm putting up there are more so because the streaming more Magic online hurts my average viewer count, which makes it harder to get advertisers. So you basically have to take Golgari Findbroker, because if I take any of these other permanents, they'll just get it back with Findbroker. Yeah, definitely, Brad. You should poke Norm. Norm said he was going to talk to me after the championship. And thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Grafalia, thanks for the tip. Never figure out how to do this because I'm old. Looks like you figured it out okay there. Well, that was unfortunate. They're threatening to grind us out here a little bit, just like Findbroker into Findbroker. Hey, Lem, thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back. Karn's gonna draw us some lands here. If we get to hit Vraska on 6, we could be okay here. Your advertisers should know the standard format's great too. It is quite wonderful. You're not wrong. This is the best Magic format I've played possibly ever.
How this thing goes is up to you, pal.
And like again, I don't really like. Do I even want to trophy this Vivian? Because they just like get it back with the Findbroker. But like getting both Findbrokers into play is like kind of good for us because they're out of their hand. I also don't really have anything else to do with my mana this turn, which makes trophying the Vivian more appealing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, I think.
I've seen squirrels hit harder.
If you click this link here, Ken, it should get you to there. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the support. Trophy of your own.
I do not feel pain.
I do not feel pain. Love me. I am a robot. There might be a financial issue for Wizards if Arena's the end. So, one of the things that a lot of people don't get is that casual Magic is the primary driving force of Magic the Gathering. So when I say Arena is likely the end-all be-all for competitive Magic, and paper Magic is still going to exist in the casual format, like that's still a lot of Magic that's being played. What you need to remember is that the fact that you know Magic exists on Twitch means you're likely far more competitive than most people who play this game. Like most people who play this game don't even know what Twitch is, much less that Magic is something that they can watch on it. Like competitive players, we spend a lot of money on the game, right? But we're such a small percentage of the overall player base that it's just night and day. Good luck in the tournament tomorrow. Loving all the content these past 3 months. Bison, thanks for the quarter of a year. Yep. Hey, Grafalia, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Kind of surprised they didn't jam the Vivian there. Vraska's Contempt's a very good draw for us because it's gonna let me exile this Midnight Reaper so they don't get to draw cards with their creatures. Cuts off a little bit more of their card advantage. Speaking of Karn advantage here.
Let us begin a furious choice.
All right. was a Carnage Tyrant of our own over here. So if they don't get rid of our Karn, our Carnage Tyrant answers their Carnage Tyrant nicely. I have not done any of the... That's not true. We played Singleton one time, but none of like the Kibler queues or anything like that we've played. All right, so Vraska lives, which is a big deal. She gets to keep churning out 2/2s.
I've killed for less.
Why didn't they play anything? There's no reason for them not to play one of these two things, right? I wonder if they misclicked and they conceded because they misclicked. I think we were pretty far ahead there regardless, but they definitely weren't out of it. I am in the Twitch Rivals thing tomorrow. My stream titles are just really long. Like, I know a lot of the other people are like have it in their stream title, but I just like need to put all my deck lists up there to stay organized. Yeah, I've definitely clicked through my second main phase by mistake once or twice before. In the bottom that, looking for some cheap interaction, a discard spell or removal spell. Basic Mountain, the enemy of fun, chat, the Basic Mountain. Yeah, don't metagame Modern, it was called. You can find it on my articles here on Cool Stuff Inc. Yeah, the actual execution of the tournament tomorrow is gonna be really clunky. Because the direct challenge mode doesn't support best of 3, we have to manually edit decks to sideboard with them. And then, because you can't choose if you want to be on the play or the draw in best of 1, we have to concede games until the right player is on the play post board. So, like, I'm excited to play on Arena for money, but, like, the details of what has to happen to make that a thing is awkward. Like, I'm being honest, if they weren't offering up $10,000, I probably would have said that sounds too annoying to play. But, like, for a $3,000 first prize, I'll put up with some annoying, I guess. I think we're very dead, chat. I think we're very dead. Yeah, tomorrow is gonna be real clunky. What's last place? $0. Top 16 gets cash tomorrow. We're super dead here, right? Like, there's no sweeper in my deck. I did not play Mono Black Banefire wasn't actually in the donation queue. I was just going to add it to try and play it myself, but I played some more games with the Banefire deck last night and decided I didn't want to play it in the tournament today. Or I didn't want to play it in the tournament on Tuesday. Everybody that's in the tournament is streaming it. Well, I mean, all the deck lists are public, so, like, if your opponent plays a card that they haven't registered, you can, like, report them. There's between 32 and 64 people playing. No, you can't. The choose to play or draw only happens in best of 3. It doesn't happen in best of 1. It just doesn't get any free wins, ASIM. Yeah, this deck's really clunky. I'd be surprised if we have an okay matchup against what the opponent's deck is doing. I'm gonna cut 2 Karns and 2 treasure maps, I think. I don't know if I want another trophy or not. It's a little clunky. Let's try this. All the streams are being cast on a 5-minute delay. They'll start at noon Central tomorrow, 10 a.m. PST. These are my tap land. I just can't keep this. Just mono tapped lands. Yeah, our sideboard plan against mono red is not particularly good. This is like the story of every one of these decks. Like, whenever somebody submits a mid-ranger control deck, like, it just has a 0% chance to beat aggro in my experience. It's like nobody has any respect for these aggressive decks in the format, which is one of the reasons why I'm gonna play the white-red aggro deck tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Just like a bunch of people, like Allie's gonna play Chromatic Black. Just like they have to have Golden Demise on 3 and they don't play 4 copies of that card. That's a lot of reach. Looking for a land. This is 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's only 13 points of damage, chat. Calm down. I'm at 7, okay? Thanks for the help with the stream stuff. I'm slowly working on 6 land Belcher. 3 4-1s, but no 5-0s. That's sweet, Demi. Thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, but those decks just lose to control, Derelic. The problem is you basically, in this format, you basically need to pick what you want to beat. Do you want to beat the aggressive decks or do you want to beat the control decks? There isn't really anything that does both in my experience. The white aggro deck feels like it's okay to do both. Like in the aggro mirrors, you're just racing at least. Dual lands are the single best use of your wild cards. They add an incredible amount of consistency to your Magic decks. Need land creatures? I don't know if that's true. The memorials are pretty reasonable utility lands. Blast me, baby. People crack me up. We need to review the shuffler and the client. The shuffler's out to get me, chat. I'm great at Magic, and the only time I lose is because the shuffler's out to get me. Oh, Magic players. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a good one to take away. That's a real good one to take away. All right. Gotta, need him to draw 3 bricks here. Oh, we didn't die yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. So I'm actually gonna down tick this Karn because he puts lethal into play next turn. It also lets me block a hasty creature. I'm back. Are you dead? Are you dead? Upgraded to a 2/2.
Oh, say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend. Look at that. Brick by glorious brick. Brick by glorious brick. All right. So like, I almost feel like I want these duresses in this matchup. So like, game 1 they had a ton of creatures, but that game they had so much burn. I wonder if duress is like better than Golden Demise. No, I definitely want Erasure. I need Thief of Sanity, chat. You need ways to actually kill them. I probably don't have time to be treasure mapping. Let's do this. If Thief of Sanity eats a lightning strike, that's a win. That's a lightning strike that's not hitting my face. Like if Thief of Sanity reads 3 mana, gain 3 life, my opponent discards a card, like that's a card worth playing. I'd register that card in this matchup. Please don't brick, please don't brick, please don't brick. Woof. I think that's got to be it. Golden Demise looking a little bit awkward. Just a teensy bit. I'm gonna bin that. It's like one of Vraska's Contempt or something that could exile deal with this this 0-4. I think people like to blame the shuffler because Worth moved to Blizzard. We can't blame him now. What's going on, Beetle? Yeah, Golden plus Craving is like incredibly slow though. That's like happening 2 years from now. By the time that happens, I'm gonna be very dead. All right, so now I think I'm just supposed to Golden Demise since they played this out. Like I saved 1 point here. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this, clean those up, play this tap, and I can play Doom Whisperer on 5. And like Doom Whisperer is a very quick clock. This is exactly the type of draw we need to win this matchup. We need some disruption into a fast clock. I wonder if it's even correct to board in 1 or 2 Carnage Tyrants in this matchup, just because having a quick clock is so critical to being able to win the game. Just like want a 5th and 6th way to kill them. Maybe those are better than the Thieves. Deal. Yeah, probably cut the Vraska. Wow, that's a good draw. Gobble, gobble. And double Contempt this turn means that I still have a 3-turn clock, right? Like I'm gonna hit them for 6. They'll go to 14, and then next turn I'll hit them to 8 and play another 6/6. So I have them dead in. I have them dead in 2 at this point. Yeah, I agree, Nubs. Not having to worry about people cheating you is a great aspect. Resolves. Doom Whisperer is just like, sign me up for the 6 points of damage. This is perfect. We drew a 3rd one. I talked about this deck not having respect for aggro. Maybe I was wrong with the 4 Moments of Craving. The Duress also ended up being good this game too, right? Like taking their frenzy away. So one of the variance reducing mechanics in Magic the Gathering is playing best of 3 matches, and that's one of the reasons why if you look at feedback from people who play a lot of Magic in places, that the latter being best of 1 is a big drawback. There are a number of games in Magic that are decided by resource variance, but playing best of 3 along with sideboards gives you a lot of chances, so your entire match isn't decided by that variance. So if you're only playing best of 1, yeah, a lot of your games are going to be decided by variance. It's a high variance format. There are not individual clocks in Arena, Lukatog. Can I keep this? I think I keep this. Yeah, they got rid of best of 3 ladder. The update this week cut the ladder for best of 3. Most modes on Arena are best of 1, correct? Arena is currently trying to cater to players who are more casual and want to play fast, short games of Magic as opposed to lower variance games of Magic. This hand's real bad against Mono Blue. Maybe I'm just not supposed to keep hands like this in the dark. It's probably the case. think this was a bad keep on my part. I'm gonna mute myself for a hot second here and eat a snack. It's almost noon here in the cornfield, so getting a little hungry. Players who are worse at games do prefer higher variance games. If you're bad at a game and it's high variance, you're more likely to win than in a low variance game where you're bad. That's completely true. So I'm doing this now while I have the Storm Tamer on the table. Yeah, we're just super dead. The Warkite Marauder there was really brutal because our Doom Whisperer couldn't block. Yeah, definitely. And again, like, my comments there aren't intended to imply that best of one is bad or that you shouldn't enjoy best of one. If you like best of one, you can and should play it. Magic's a game that you should play for fun. And if you enjoy playing best of one, don't let me or any other idiot tell you that it's not enjoyable. But if you are looking to get good at Magic and play a lower variance experience, best of 3 is objectively lower variance than best of 1. I think I want a board like this. The Karn and Treasure map are just really clunky in this matchup. Is Vraska better than Carnage Tyrant? I think just being a removal spell is fine some of the time. Yeah, let's do it. Golden Demise is good because it doesn't target. Yeah, maybe Golden Demise is fine. I don't board in Fiery Cannon in this matchup, but that's because they have a lot of pirates. So yeah, maybe Cannonade should be in the deck. You can't see the entire deck list on the screen. You can type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. This game's pretty good. If we had a third land on time, we get to like removal spell into Thief, into another removal spell or another Thief. Sign me up. Gobble gobble. Speaking of Moment of Craving. So I'd like to draw a land or a discard spell here, so I can try and take this off the table. So land or duress specifically, Thought Erasure is not good enough. Land is fantastic. I'm gonna start by attacking here. The Black Green Elf with Beast Whisperer seems sweet. I haven't played it yet on stream, but it seems reasonable. The traditional modes on Arena are the best of 3 modes. We're gonna run away with this game pretty quickly, most likely here. We'll get to take their Curious Obsession off the table, like stopping their card advantage is a big deal. If they have a Tempest Djinn, we could potentially be in a little bit of trouble, but outside of Tempest Djinn, we're pretty far ahead here. And even if they have Tempest Djinn, we're not behind, we're just at parity. I thought it was incredibly funny that they previously called the best of 3 queues the competitive queue, and then when they changed their ladder to be best of 1, they renamed it from competitive. Like, it's such terrible optics. The optics on it, I think, are just really bad. It's like, well, we thought that this format was the most competitive one until it made sense for us to support best of 1 more. And now we'll support best of 1 and like not imply that the other mode is more skill testing. think I'm gonna bottom that because I want to try and find a land here for my Doom Whisperers. What's going on, Evars? Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good one. What's going on, Mikey? Yeah, you want to make sure you follow me on Twitter or in the Discord. I tag people in there when I go live. And the only people that can tag everyone in my Discord server is me, so you won't get pinged randomly from other people usually. I have not watched the Alliances trailer yet. Yeah, Double Thief is going to bury them very quickly, even without the rest of these cards. Meme Monday died months ago. It's been going for a long time. So, the reason why I am not going to cast down one of these in response here to try and save my Thief of Sanity is because if my opponent plays a dive down in response to my cast down, I'm going to lose my thing. Whereas if they get frisky and use a dive down proactively here, I get to say, well, what if we don't? So if I take the initiative here, I get blown out. Whereas if they... Okay, so they made a mistake here as well. They should have sacrificed... They should have sacrificed their Storm Tamer to... They should have sacrificed their Storm Tamer to save the... To counter my cast down, because then their other Storm Tamer would have lived as a 1/3. So they could have a Storm Tamer in play here still if they'd have sequenced better. Stop it. Would I preferred Modern for Pro Tour Cleveland? Nah, Standard's great. The only reason Modern was good was because Standard was really bad. Modern was the best alternative. When Standard's good, it's the best format in Magic and it's not close. Look at that. Gets a Tricky into this. Yeah, meme Monday quickly turned into Bad Deck Monday. So we cut that out. For my normal Modern viewers who prefer Magic Online content, excuse me, or Modern in general, I'm going to be doing Modern and Legacy on Magic Online live every Wednesday still, and I'm posting 4 to 6 offline videos a week right to my YouTube channel. So you want to make sure you're following me on YouTube for more Modern and Legacy content from me. Hey, who's the mono blue tempo deck now? I could play the Doom Whisperer, but I'm just gonna like flip these retorts and just like not care. I think the people saying Golden Demise should come in are correct. This Eldest Reborn's a little mediocre. Need one more trim here. I'm gonna cut the 7th discard spell. Yeah, mana bases when we have all the Shocks and Buddy lands get pretty fun. Yeah, like take today, for instance, right? Like we're up to 1,800 people, and that's definitely in large part because we're playing Arena. This client's just far more watchable. Oh, this hand is so good, but like all the lands are tapped. I'm gonna keep this. We're probably gonna lose the game because we just like have all tapped lands. Heyo, heyo, a true skill game. No, Thief of Sanity is one of your best cards against green-black. I'm a hungry boy. All right, let's do it. Getting to play on curve with this hand is very, very good. Yeah, this game's probably over. MTGO is barely better than a camera over a table. It is better than a camera over a table, though. Digital Magic in general is more watchable than paper. The overlay also helps Arena a ton, too. That is correct. Last time we had all the Shocklands in Standard, Sylvan Caryatid was a legal Magic card as well, which is like, bestill my heart. I love me some Sylvan Caryatid. I have no idea what they kept, but couldn't have been a particularly good hand. I mean, the overlay doesn't do anything if you don't mouse over a Jekyll Girl, so it's like the best of both worlds. It's like useful if you need it, and it stays out of your way if you don't. All right, what are you doing over there? It's going to be interesting to see if, so like the arena tournament tomorrow that's being hosted on Twitch Rivals isn't going to involve the overlay. Oh, I could have played a land and paid for both those Spell Pierces. You can literally hide, like, when the stack is up here. Next time the stack is up there, I'll show you. You can minimize the stack. So this, you can minimize the stack to click on things under it. I like temples. I think it's a travesty that they have not reprinted the temples yet. The temples, in my opinion, are the perfect standard legal dual lands. They're so fantastic. They just like, they don't make aggro decks too good. They're the ones that come into play tapped and scry one when they come into play. They like reduce variance. They reduce resource variance that Magic has. And they don't make aggro decks too good. I think Temple's a pretty generic name. All right, got him. So we got run over against the aggro decks in game ones there twice, but then we came back post board, so seems reasonable. All right, you got one more match regardless here. We've been going for about an hour and a half, but I'm gonna finish up the event. I've not looked through the spoilers yet. They got posted while I was live this morning, so I'll probably take a look at them after I'm done today. Thief of Sanity is just a very good Magic the Gathering card. It's a big part of why I liked playing Pirate, so like playing a more mid-rangey deck with it seems fantastic. Seems like an easy mulligan. Same just has 2 uncastables. Thought Erasure into Thief of Sanity. Best curve in Standard. You heard it here first. And your horse is amazing, Bob. You have a horse, and it is amazing. Forgotten Sanctuary. Esper. The reason why we're playing Leagues today is because they got rid of the best of 3 ladder. The ladder is only best of 1, and playing the unranked best of 3 queue yields a large number of players who don't have actual Magic cards in their decks. Just like players that just started playing Arena that don't have access to cards yet. I think MMR being used in events is great. I saw people crying about MMR being used in events, and like, do you really just want to sit there and beat up people because they're worse at Magic than you? Like, is that fun? I want to play like meaningful and interactive games of Magic where like both players are in similar skill levels. That sounds like what I want it to do. I guess if people are into that, I mean, I guess their answer is yes, right? That's why they're complaining. MMR is matchmaking rating. It's the system through which the applications like this use to pair players of similar skill level together. Hey, what's going on, Nox? Hope you're having a good Monday. All right, so we're playing against the Amulet deck, which makes this Assassin's Trophy really good. Obviously, they're not playing the same Amulet deck we've been playing, so there's a little bit of difference here. Nox is great, by the way. If you're not following him, you probably should be. Although if you've been watching Magic Arena on Twitch, you're probably familiar with who Nox is. The one Reborn's probably fine. My build of Amulet didn't play Planeswalkers in it, but there's no guarantee that their build doesn't. I've got 4 trophies and 1 Reborn, so that seems fine. I don't think I want to hedge creatures at all. We'll see how this goes. Can I keep a hand with no disruption on the play? Their deck is slow, but I think this just isn't good enough. This at least lets me filter a little bit. Like, trying to get Thief of Sanity on 3 is probably one of our best ways to win this matchup. I would love a Thought Erasure on 2. Thank you for asking. I feel like we have the tools to be pretty successful in this matchup if we get our stuff to line up here. Seems like indestructible, right? Look at the scrolling. Look at the keyword scroll. That's great. It has to scroll the keywords on the left side. That's fantastic. I think I have to take this. And I'm gonna bin that. I want a Thief of Sanity for next turn. Or a green source. Now I have the trophy for the amulet. I guess they could take my trophy, but then like they're not taking my treasure map. Perfection. All 4 of my Contempts are in my sideboard right now. I have 1 Eldest Reborn that can take Zapalta off the table, and that is it. You can always find my deck list on the screen via the Stream Decker widget. Alternatively, you can type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. Did you draw a negate? I'm actually going to take their mission briefing here, because I'd rather they don't play a discard spell next turn. Thief is a perfect card to have on top. It's probably like the one non-land card I'm willing to keep on top of my deck here. Let's see, land into Primal Amulet. I'm gonna wait till their end of turn to do this. And then if they brick off on a way to answer the Thief for a hot second here, we'll be in a good spot. Might adjust how we've sideboarded for game 3, depending on what else we see out of their deck. Might want a couple answers to Zapalta. Big angry dinosaur that it is. What do you think of a best of 1 format, but you get to see the opponent's deck and sideboard before the game start? That sounds better than normal best of 1. Probably still worse than playing a best of 3, but that sounds better to set the bar low. Hitting even once with this would just be very good for us, especially because their deck has so many discard spells in it and potentially counter spells. So, did you draw a thing to answer my Thief? We actually talked about this yesterday. One of the reasons why best of 1 is so high variance is because in addition to removing the sideboarding element, it also removes your ability to sideboard it or to mulligan intelligently. Like in Magic, post-board against an aggro deck, you know not to keep a handful of 4 and 5 mana spells, right? But in game 1, in best of 1, in your only game in best of 1, that you don't necessarily have that information. Gonna keep the other Doom Boy on top. Don't think I wanted to rest. Murder, she wrote. Now, I don't care for Limited because Limited doesn't scratch the same deck building itch for me that Constructed does. One of my favorite parts about Constructed is like taking a deck and like iterating on it. And in Limited, you can't really iterate in that same manner. Like, you can iterate a little bit from draft to draft, but what you're actually iterating is different. Yeah, I agree, Matt. That was one of the things I really liked about Hex, that you saw their hero before the match started, so you knew what to expect a lot of the time. This Murmuring Mystic could be real bad news bears for us. I guess I'm gonna board the Vraska's Contempts back in. And again, this is one of the big leg ups you get by playing a brew, is when we sideboarded, I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. Man, I really hope their deck has an answer to that, because mine doesn't currently. For Hex, the lights are on, but nobody's home. The servers are still running, but they're done producing content. I think I just murder, right? Like, they get to draw a card here, but that's fine. That'll do, pig. I just want to keep them from being able to block these next turn. It seems apparent this game is introducing, and I'm not certain what the next step is. Anyone who's saying Arena is only targeted at new players is either willfully ignorant or stupid. Like, they literally announced that there were going to be millions of dollars in prize pools for this application. I'm playing a $10,000 cash tournament tomorrow on Arena. Arena is the future of Magic. It is the future of competitive Magic. Arena isn't some kind of Fisher-Price toy to get you into Magic Online or paper Magic. Arena is the future. I'd encourage you to embrace it. So I think I want my 4 Contempts. Eldest Reborn's pretty bad against their what's it called, Dorko? The mythic guy. I think I want to trim a couple of Karns here. I'm gonna trim a negate as well. Do this. Paper Magic's not going anywhere in the long term. The things that are gonna go somewhere for Magic the Gathering is that competitive Magic is gonna move to Arena eventually. I would not be surprised if, 5 years from now, all of Wizards' big competitive events are held on Arena. How many more times do you have to say that before Watsy gives you spoilers, right? Asking the real questions. Perfect. My cards won't curl in Arena, ain't that the truth? I'd like them to do 2 in-person events, maybe 2 to 3 times per year, and have qualifiers. All right, so they don't have a second blue source for their sabotage here, so Karn can generate a bunch of advantage here.
You may regret that choice.
Those are 2 good hits. All right, here's the other thing. So we've been talking a lot about best of 1. Until Wizards of the Coast announces that they're moving all of the Mythic Championships and all competitive Magic to best of 1, y'all need to just calm down and not get your panties in a twist, okay? The first preseason ladder is only best of 1. And if I had to venture a guess, that's the case because Arena is a rushed product that's not feature complete yet. They probably didn't have time to get all their integrations for both of it done. And that's not an excuse, it's a reason though. There are going to be a ton more features added to this application over the course of the next few years, most likely. We are, John Avon better watch out, because I am practicing drawing lands here. We're coming for him. Yes, the uncomfortable part of Magic where they don't understand the rules is a great thing to have removed. So I ran this Thief of Sanity into the sabotage that we knew about, because there's another Thief of Sanity on top of my deck. Obviously, they have the murder in their hand, but like, I'm gonna have to get through these cards at some point anyways. It's possible that I'm supposed to down tick this Karn and grab the other Karn at some point here too, because that way I have a backup Karn should they hit a Vraska's Contempt. Can someone please go make a thread on Reddit letting them know that the shuffler is broken and I've been screwed by RNG, so they obviously need to look at the shuffler code? Please let the developers know that the shuffler must be broken on my behalf. I think I'm gonna start making... This is the downside to proactively grabbing the card, is they get to take it away. That was actually a post from the subreddit this morning. I know, I made the joke because I know it's true. These are actually things that people say. Just Google hypergeometric distribution calculator. Look at that. I think I want to do this after I card.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
I mean, like, they're not doing anything, right? I will have you know, Bob, that I have not used Reddit. I have not used Reddit in 2 days. I am 2 days Reddit clean. Do I take search here? I think I take search. One day at a time. No, I think I want to jam the erasure there while they're tapped out. Is the ideal. And like, now that I know the card's in their hand, I'm just gonna hold on to this one. I mean, it's not like my opponent's thinking a whole lot either. Are they getting a divination here? Meandering river. Holy flood, Batman. Hey, Cute Invasion, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. All right. I mean, that's pretty good, right? We're not going to be at 22 anymore, but we should be done drawing lands from here on out, hopefully. We should hopefully be done drawing lands from here on out. Wow, that's good. All right, I'm glad I've got Vraska's Contempts and Vraskas in my decks. That one's got to go. I think I actually got to power through this because I need a way to take this off the table. Letting them draw 2 cards per turn as a non-starter. Perfect. And then this Doom Whisper is on not attacking into Settle the Wreckage duty. Although I guess I could just duress that. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to do that, actually. Because, like, I have this Carnage Tyrant, too. Yeah, let's just, like, take their duress, or take their settle, contempt their profit, and then just, like, start attacking. Slow and steady. You got me. Animation was kind of sweet. Don't they have a counterspell? Like, drawing a counterspell is a reason to do that, right? Fair. Is this the longest game you've had today? Yeah, probably. This match has been going on for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, which is a long time for an arena match. Arena plays Magic very quickly. It's a good draw, insulates us against a potential threat. We have 26, they have 31. Rude. All right, Rampant Carnage Tyrant, I choose you. Still have some lands in there, I guess. I had a 55-minute game against Rainbow List. I've literally cashed every card in my list and 40 cards in exile. Man, that self-hate. Vraska's really got to work that out. Do I have any cards in my deck that get targeted by this? I have Treasure Map. Treasure Map's the card that gets targeted by that. I was like, what? Why is that in their deck? Like, had a blank moment there. Say hello to my large friend. Rawr. Most of the lands are gone. We'll find a lot of action. I know they get to invoke the divine this, obviously, but I get to scry one. Deal. Everything turned out better than expected. Everything turned out far better than expected, sure. Carnage Tyrant isn't stupid, he's simple. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pass the turn here. I want to save the duress for next turns, that way I can clear a Settle the Wreckage if they draw one. And you're dead. Sweet, so we got the 5-1. Look at us farming value, chat. We got so much value out of this. We went 5-1. Look at our huge tracks of gold. Still had all these. Boop. Yeah, like I said, having played, like, obviously not the exact amulet deck that they're playing, but like other amulet decks, I think the blue-black decks tend to be hard matchups for them. Like discard, counters, and Thief of Sanity tends to be real good. As far as this deck goes from a submission standpoint, I ended up adding a couple more Golden Demise to the sideboard, which ended up being pretty reasonable in a couple of matchups. I don't know. This felt pretty okay. Like I said, I am a big fan of these small green splashes into blue-black in this format, because straight to mirror, not being able to answer artifacts and enchantments, and having only these as answers to Planeswalkers feels a little bit mediocre in your control deck. So like having access to both Assassin's Trophy and Vraska Relic Seeker as an answer / win condition felt pretty reasonable. I don't know that I'd change anything. All right, what are we doing?